peeps, or welcome back to my channel. I am Zonia, and in today's video I wanted to talk about hygiene tips that your mom probably didn't teach you, or that you simply just might not be aware of. I recently did a video similar to this that you all seem to enjoy, so I figured I'd make a new one, but this one is a little bit more specific, and I will have it tagged in the description box if you haven't watched it yet. But we're gonna go over the same three categories: body care and hygiene, inner care and wellness, beauty and appearance. Now, if you're new here and you love content like this, definitely go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any of my new uploads. I do post weekly, and I am Zonia on all platforms, and I'm active every day on all of my accounts. And I respond to all comments and messages, so always feel free to reach out. But as I always say, I'm not one for long intros, so let's get right into this video. Okay girls, so we're now in the bathroom for what most of you know me for, which is body care. And I did forget to mention earlier, I will add small overlays of my short form content on screen if it goes in line with the topic I'm talking about, routine or tip, just so you have a visual of what I'm explaining. But let's go into our first tip regarding body care, which is that you need to be moisturizing daily. I'm gonna group together all the different moisturizers that I use and what their best purpose is for, just to show you ways to implement moisturizing in your routine. Okay, so first let's go over my lightweight lotions. As you can see, I have a few different options here, and I know what they all are by color, so I'll leave them in this for like the full visual. So these three are all actually the Target brand that was supposed to be a dupe for Method. So I have never been one to use lightweight lotions just because I like really deep nourishment, but the reason why I picked these up was because one, after shaving I like to have a lightweight lotion because I feel like it's less irritating for the skin. And when I saw these at Target, they were literally like $4.98 for this bottle. $4.98. So these are both scented. This is the coconut scent. This one is like a jasmine and something. It's much cleaner. This one is unscented. Now the reason why I had to get an unscented lotion was because sometimes, for example, my chest now, I have a little area right here that broke out from, I don't know if it was a product, hormonal acne, because I'm not one to really break out on my body, and me knowing the way my body works, if it was from a product I would have broke out in other places. But I made the decision that moving forward I wanted to add a unscented lotion, not only a few times a week just to keep my body from constantly having fragrance on it, but also for after shaving. I feel like this is gonna be so good to put something unscented on my skin after shaving. I'm trying to narrow down as much possible irritation or any type of chemical reaction from happening on my skin after the friction that comes with shaving. So with having these, I already am pretty much set on my ideal lotion, but I did pick this one up because I love this line from Palmer's. I love Palmer's in general for how I love Palmer's in general for how hydrating and moisturizing it is for my skin, but this Tahitian vanilla scent, I now have every single product in this scent from Palmer's, and I have yet to try this. I'm still trying to figure out when I'm gonna work it into my routine. I don't like to just use products just to use them. I like to really be strategic about it and research the best possible way to use every product that I use. So I'm not in a big rush to use this, but I still need to figure out the best way to manage it in my routine. But anything Palmer's Tahitian Vanilla, I'm gonna use. Next, as I mentioned, I'm one for body butters more than lotions. Now these are only 4. I think right now I have 12 different ones, but they all have different purposes. So I pulled these 4 out because they're my most commonly used ones. By the way, all of my body butters are from Bath & Body Works, and I like body butters more than lotions because they're just heavier. They give you a deeper nourishment, and I like for my skin to be as soft and glowy as possible. So this is the water hyaluronic acid, and it is exactly as hydrating as you would expect by the name. I was really blown away when I first tried this, and it smells really like fresh and clean. I love using this pretty much almost every night, but I am running low, so. Then this is the eucalyptus. If you've known Bath & Body Works for some time, you remember when they first came out with the aromatherapy line, starting with the eucalyptus, because being honest, I do believe in aroma being able to affect your mood and your nerves. So I kind of saved this one for nights that I really need to like wind down majorly, and I'm like super stressed out, like This just helps me really set that mood. And when it comes to moisturizing, regardless of the scents, they all kind of work in the same way, except for the water hyaluronic acid. That one is much more moisturizing and hydrating, I would say, than the other ones. And these are two examples of scents that I like: Vanilla Romance and Champagne Toast. I do have an Into the Night one that is probably my favorite scent from Bath & Body Works, but it's a shimmer mist, so I don't use it very often because I don't like the glittery look on me all the time. And even when I do use it, I don't put it everywhere. I only put it in like certain parts of my body. But this is the one I've actually had for the longest because it is my favorite scent, but I'm scared of not being able to find it again, so I try to save it and not use it too often. Then, as I was just talking about Tahitian Vanilla, this is the body balm. I'll be honest, I've never used a body balm before. I was just really interested in getting everything they had in the scent and interested in using a body balm, so this is another product I still haven't implemented because I'm not sure how I'm going to use it in my routine, but once I do, of course I'm going to share it with you girls, obviously. Then lastly, if you really are like one of my girls, whether you're from here, TikTok, Instagram, you know what's coming next. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to guess, because you should already know what's coming. This is probably one of like the best parts of my body care routine. Actually, I have none on my chest now. This is from last night. It's 4:36 today. I don't know if it's a combination of using this with the body butter. I don't know what it is, but obviously it looks its best when I first put it on, but the glow and that moisture lock from it being an oil lasts so long. And these are my two favorite scents in an oil ever mixed together. It's the French Solar Flower and Palmer's, obviously, Tahitian Vanilla. I mixed them half and half. Oh, this one I was running low on both of my oils, so I put a little bit of regular Palmer's in there, but almost always it's a mixture of Tahitian Vanilla and French Solar Flower. Love this, use it daily. This is my thing. Then while talking about sealants, I do use Aquaphor on my body, but really I'm only one to use this on my feet for my foot care routine because every moisturizer needs a sealant, and I like putting oil on my feet but not too much oil, so I use this for the extra moisture lock and for the extra moisture that it brings. Also, when I was in the process of really treating this, I was sealing my redness relief cream that I was putting on there with this, since I didn't want to use an oil because it was acne, so I didn't want to use anything fragrant. I was using this as a sealant for that window of time. Do I sound out of breath? I feel like I sound out of breath. Now moving on to my next tip. The only soaps that should ever go anywhere near your feminine area have to be unscented. No scent, no fragrance, no chemicals, no oils, no nothing. Like, apart from an unscented wash, the typical body washes, exfoliating scrubs, body scrubs, none of that should be going anywhere near. Not only should they not be going inside, but anywhere near the area. Contrary to what I hope is not popular belief, a coconut vanilla body wash is not gonna make her smell like coconut vanilla. And a pineapple sunshine is not gonna make her taste like pineapple sunshine. But of course, you do need to be washing her every single day after the gym, after anything. I'm not even gonna mention hobbies or any activities, because it should be washed in general every day. Even if you were laying in your bed all day, it should be washed. Like I said, it has to be an unscented soap. You girls should already know my favorite soap, my favorite unscented soap. Dr. Bronner's Baby. Dr. Bronner's Baby unscented soap. As you can see, there's not much left in here right now. I use this soap every single day, not only to clean my whole body, but this is the only soap that I let go in or near that area, and I use it every day. I don't want to hear ifs, ands, or buts. Please just only use an unscented wash down there. Now let's move on to my third tip that will trail along with that tip, which is that while you can of course use vaginal washes, they should not be used every day. I'm going to show you two examples of vaginal washes if you're not too aware of the difference between a regular wash and a vaginal wash. Okay, so here are two examples of vaginal washes. So one that I have yet to really like try enough times to solidify it in my routine to replace this one is this Cheeky Bonsai Vaginal Wash. It's pH balanced and focuses more on odor control. And I always say that mentions like that on a product are very important to keep in mind. Here's a small example. So when I was trying to find the right deodorant for myself, I was looking for deodorants that had odor control, no, like every possible avoidance you can think that someone could struggle with deodorant, thinking that because I was getting a deodorant that had all these additives, it was stronger or better. No, only led to chemical burns, didn't work, wasn't fit for the chemicals that my body produces. And I hold that wholeheartedly with all products. If you're someone with sensitive skin that doesn't struggle with odor, you do know that products that are made for odor control contain extra chemicals to help someone that has odor. So if you don't have that problem, you're gonna use a product that has extra chemicals that you don't need while you have sensitive skin, oily skin, whatever skin. You don't know how it's gonna work with that, so it's like you're running a risk on your body that's completely unnecessary. So personally, my absolute favorite vaginal wash ever is the PhD foaming wash, which I'm running low. And once I get to like a third of the way down my products, I start looking for replacements so that once it runs out, I can already have it. Because I'm really bad at keeping memory on things. I've been looking for another one of these everywhere. I can't find it online. I don't think I ever was able to buy this online. I always bought it at Target. But I can't find it anywhere. So I don't know what's going to happen when this runs out, because it's getting there. It's almost out. But back to the main point. Washes like this contain different chemicals. There can be boric acid washes. I know the honey pot ones have their own different concentrates in them, which are all great, but once you're overusing them and using them every single day, thinking that because you're using it every day, you're cleaning yourself extra, you're only throwing your pH off more and more every time you use it. Granted, there are very important times you should be implementing a vaginal wash. I always say the day that you're on your last day of your period, or your period has ended, like you wake up, your period is over, or your period ends in that day, you go to take your shower that evening, that's a perfect example of a time to be using a vaginal wash at the end of your period. If you were active sexually, that's time to be using that. If you spend a whole day outside where you're sweating a lot and had tight clothing on, perfect example. So times that you're really like getting filthy down there, even if it's not like dirt filthy, just like your body's naturally just, that's the time to use that. To use this every single day will throw you off. It's happened to me before. When I started first using them, I wasn't taught to use it, so I just thought, okay, I'm gonna use it every day because it's soap. So the same way I wash my body every day with regular soap, I'm gonna wash that every day with this soap. Now, moving on to tip number 4, there should be more in your shower than just your shower soaps. Now, this one is not too expansive of a tip, but in the shower, there are so many important things for women to be doing that I think a lot of us don't get taught. Here's some products that I think you might need to add in your shower that you might be missing. Of course, as mentioned before in other videos, you need to have an unscented soap and a scented soap. You can't just have one. Well, you can just have unscented. You don't have to have any sort of, if you don't like to add fragrance in the shower, you don't have to, especially if it irritates your skin, you have sensitive skin, reactive skin. It's important to have an unscented soap to cleanse yourself and a soap to hydrate your skin and to kind of like follow in cleaning your skin. You also need to have a facial wash in the shower. Personally, I keep my salicylic acid wash in the shower because I also want to remove my makeup in the shower, so my makeup remover and my salicylic acid face wash both sit in the shower. Whether you wash your face once a day or twice a day, at least one of those times should be in the shower when your pores are actively open and going to be receptive to the product. I think it's really important to wash your face in the shower at least one time in your day. If you wash your face only once a day, that once a day should be done in the shower when your pores are going to be open and really absorb the product that you're cleansing it with and really getting all of the gunk out. It's kind of like a steamer, but in the shower, and it's free. Hair care, of course. I assume some of you have shampoo and conditioner, clarifier, cleanser, whatever you use for your hair. You need to have a hair like scrubber. I don't know what they're called. Hold on. Okay, these. I don't know what these are called, but the things you like scrub your hair with in the shower This is very important to make sure you're actually cleansing your hair follicles when you wash your hair and getting everything out and stimulating your scalp for some hair growth. Comb your hair in the shower. I know it's very controversial when your hair is wet, more prone to breakage. Trust me, as someone with very thin, curly hair, the hair loss combing my hair in the shower compared to out of the shower is insane. Out of the shower, my hair was coming out in chunks when I would comb it. In the shower, little to no hair loss really, and having a comb that's more designated for shower use helps it slip better through your hair. Now, what I would say is the most important thing in your shower are shower tools. You girls want to talk about these a lot. I have various different shower tools. I'm actually going to post a video soon specifically about all the ones that I use, but some examples are shower rags. Obviously, I think that's the most common for everyone. If you like African neck sponges, you can have that. I have body sponges. I have exfoliating stretch towels. You can use scrubbers. Just, there needs to be something that you're using in the shower. It's not your hands. I, growing up, was taught to only use my hands in the shower. I didn't know what a shower rag was until I was in college. So I completely understand for anyone that isn't aware of them or doesn't use them. I completely get it, but now that you know, pick one. I will be posting a video soon breaking down all the different ones I have and which ones I would recommend depending on your skin type, skin concerns, any skin conditions that you have. It's not difficult to pick one, but it's kind of important to pick the one that's best for your skin, not the one that you think would be best. So stay tuned for that, but for now, just know shower tools in the shower are very important. And the last one is probably pretty optional, but something that I've always had in my shower is a mirror. I feel like it's important to have a mirror in your shower for when you're washing your face, of course, and when you're shaving. Like anywhere, I feel like places you can't see, it helps to have a mirror. I usually have like smaller ones that I keep on the little shelf and they can like swivel around. And I really put them to use when I'm washing my makeup off, washing my face, washing my hair, combing my hair, washing my body, shaving my underarms, shaving my legs. Like, it helps to have a mirror to help you see things that you may miss. So now moving on to tip number 5. An exfoliating body scrub is not an ideal exfoliator for everyone. Now I know this one might kind of confuse some. I'm gonna use myself as an example. When I started exfoliating physically with exfoliating gloves and a sensitive skin body wash, which is my form of exfoliation, I realized that all those years I spent buying body scrubs, the tree huts, all that stuff, it was for no reason. All those years I was using those scrubs and really thinking my skin felt clean the first time an exfoliating glove touched my skin. First of all, in the moment, it kind of was like, this is kind of harsh. My skin's gonna peel off by me doing this. The moment I got out the shower and felt and saw the difference in my skin, I was like, oh, so I've never exfoliated before. I've literally never exfoliated before. And there's so many different ways to exfoliate. I also plan to do a video on that too, because you can exfoliate physically or chemically, depending on, again, your skin type, skin concerns, skin conditions. There's different ways to exfoliate. But using a body scrub, especially a fragranced one, isn't really gonna do anything for you. I would say it's not gonna do much for you. It's not gonna do anything for you. I do have a few videos up specifically about exfoliating with like tools, but I will do a full long YouTube video on that soon, so also stay tuned. And now for the last tip in the body care section, deodorant should not serve as a mask. And when I say that, I mean, if you're struggling with odor, you shouldn't find a deodorant that is really good at keeping you fresh and odor free when you're wearing it, but once you wash it off, you know that it's over. Like, for one, that odor starts really with bacteria. Their odor does come from bacteria, and there are various ways to get that bacteria off and prevented, which is something else that I talk about. But using a deodorant to mask that is not doing anything for you. You need to find a deodorant that actually either kills the bacteria or is a shield to block your underarms from producing and maintaining that bacteria until you're able to shower or whatever the case might be. Not something to make you smell better on top of the odor. And granted, there can be various things that someone might struggle with their underarms. I just always say odor because it's the most common. Personally, I don't struggle with odor, but I do have other things I struggle with when it comes to my underarms. So I've found 2 different deodorants that work for me. My favorite deodorant ever is the Degree Black and White. This is one that I use in the daytime, so when I get back from the gym and take a shower, or even if I don't go to the gym in the morning, I'm gonna put on this deodorant. This is good at actually deodorizing my skin, and like I said, preventing my skin from maintaining or producing any bacteria. In the nighttime, this is a little bit too thick and heavy for my underarms, so I go in with a liquid herbal deodorant. Now this is not a deodorizer like this. This is a natural deodorant, so instead of it having its own scent and kind of chemical to deodorize and fragrance the area, this instead works with the chemicals already in your body to neutralize any odor that might happen. So this, for example, wouldn't work if you want to go on a run or go work out or go do something and expect to still smell fresh. This is just something I use to maintain cleanliness down there throughout the night, as I sleep, things like that. And it's very lightweight, so it's gonna do that job, but also let my underarms breathe a little bit. Now that's all regarding body care and hygiene for this video. I'll see you girls in the kitchen. Okay girls, so we're now in the kitchen. You may be asking yourself, why are there dietary and wellness tips being involved in a hygiene video? And that's because if you haven't heard me say it before, your outer care and your odor, the way your body looks, the way your body glows, the way your body feels, all of those things are rooted in the way you take care of the inside of your body. Now that's something that I've definitely talked about before, and I do plan to go deeper into this topic in the future, but today I have 2 tips. Tip number 1, water is your best friend. Granted, I know some people might kind of like take that like, okay, cold water. No, trust me, water does so much more for your body than you think. And water is also one of those things that you can really drink it however you'd like. You can have lemon water, you can have chlorophyll water, you can have regular ice water, you can have warmed water, you can have tea. Because to me, drinking tea is water, it's just an additive. Don't try to take that too far. But water is gonna serve the foundation to not only how great you smell, because your body will be flushing itself properly. The more hydrated you are, the better your body is gonna be at functioning, which means it's gonna flush out toxins faster. It's gonna work together better, and your body will help naturally detox itself. Even though you still need things to detox your body, it'll kind of be doing that process for you. It'll keep your organs like your liver that kind of work to eliminate toxins healthy. But drinking an adequate amount of water is also gonna help with your skin's elasticity. If you want that really soft, smooth, clear, and bouncy looking skin, you need water. Water is going to push you so far in attaining that. It doesn't matter how many moisturizers you use, how glowy your oil is. If your skin's not hydrated inside, it's not gonna look hydrated on the outside, and that's gonna ruin everything for you. Now for my next tip, this one's a little bit more catered to women, but consuming teas and fruit are going to play a big role in your body's hygiene. The anatomy of the woman's body specifically needs nutrients and antioxidants found in fruits to really cleanse itself properly. Every fruit has a different purpose in how it's gonna benefit your body. Some are better in antioxidants, some are better with fiber. Different fruits are gonna cater to different things, but they're all gonna work together and work on their own to truly boost your hygiene. Tea is also gonna help so much, not only with how well your body is cleansing itself out, flushing itself out. There are multiple teas that contain natural detoxifiers that are going to, well, detox your body. But drinking your tea is really going to help brighten your skin. And depending on the tea you drink, some are better with firming your skin, some are better with the skin's elasticity, some are better with the skin's texture. I do have a few videos up on tea, but if you have any questions or anything specifically that you want to know on what tea you should be drinking for whatever concern or condition you have, let me know. I personally have 4 teas currently in rotation, and I just got 3 new ones that I want to implement into my routine and use in different times of my cycle, which is also really important to be super aware of, is what part of your cycle you're in, because your body habits and your routines should be adjusting to those things. But that's a much more advanced topic for another day. But that's all I have for this section in this video, so I'll see you girls at the vanity. Okay girls, so we're now at the vanity, and I have 2 tips for you here when it comes to beauty. Tip number 1, not washing your hair, brushes, and makeup brushes are ruining both your hair and your skin. Now if you see my weekly vlogs, you know that I personally struggle with staying on top of this, but I do try to be as attentive to doing this as I can, because hairbrushes can hold so much buildup, bacteria, and just grime from any hair oils, hair gels, or hairspray that you use. And if you're not washing them, every time you comb your hair, you're just running those products through your hair. You can have freshly clean hair and use a comb that wasn't washed, and it's like you're applying all those week and month old bacteria onto your freshly cleansed scalp, which is going to be really damaging for your hair follicles. Of course, you don't need to wash these things every single day, but at max once a month. And I know that's a big stretch, especially when it comes to things like edge brushes that work better with the buildup, but trust me, them being clean and not damaging your edges is better than how laid your edges are. I'm sorry, girl. And the same goes for makeup brushes, except that when it comes to this, using dirty makeup brushes, if it's not kind of obvious once you put attention to it, it is ruining your skin. If you think about it, let's say you haven't washed your makeup brush in 3 months. When you're applying, let's say, foundation, which can be the first thing to touch your skin for some people's routines, all of the buildup of products, old natural oils from your skin that have been sitting there for weeks, days, months, however long, or even any products that were in your skin prep from old routines, all of that stuff is sitting on that makeup brush. And every time you're using them, you're kind of just reapplying that onto your skin, which you can imagine how much damage that does for your skin, because not only are you putting it onto your face with the makeup brush, but then you're letting it sit there all day as you wear the makeup. So I do think that those should also be washed at max once a month. Beauty sponges, powder puffs, I will wash my beauty blenders once and then kind of throw them away and get new ones, just because those are sponges, so no matter how much you wash it off, they're meant to absorb, so no amount of squeezing and rinsing is going to really get all the bacteria out of there. That could be the root of your problem and you're not even aware of it. When it comes to powder puffs, I may wash them once. Last time I washed my makeup brushes, I didn't wash them at all. I just threw them out and got new ones, because I do have very reactive skin, and I know how often I use these products and how much of my skin they've interacted with, to where I want to avoid any sort of reaction from my skin. Now onto my last tip in this section. Droppers should never touch your skin. When I mention droppers, I'm referring to these tubes. When you're doing skincare, I've seen a lot of people kind of like take it out and glide it on their skin to apply whatever serum it is. Either one, you're applying it onto bare skin, so your natural skin oils are getting all in the dropper, and then when you're putting it back in here, they're kind of going to sit in the rest of that serum until you're done with it. Let's say you have another product on already and then you do the same thing. The dropper is gonna pick up that other product, and if that other product doesn't clash with this and they mix together, you'll either A, completely eliminate the use of this product and completely diminish whatever function it has, or it might have been a product that will damage this and destroy it, or make some sort of bad chemical reaction from this, and the next time you go to put it on, you're putting on a tainted serum. Now some people really don't like having that on their hands and transferring it to their face, so you can go ahead and apply it at a distance and just hope your face catches all of it. Personally, I have bad aim with that, so when I've tried that, it gets everywhere but my face, so I just apply it onto my hand, rub it, put it on my skin. If I had to use more because of the transfer from my hands to my face, I'd rather do that than have the dropper touch my skin with all of the different negative things that can come from me doing that. And that is pretty much all that I have for this section. And that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you girls so much for watching. I really hope you learned something from this and you can walk away feeling more confident in your routines and just advancing your self-care and your hygiene. If you have any questions or want to hear any tips, advice, or product recommendations, definitely feel free to comment them down below. Or if you want to talk one-on-one, you can always message me on any of my social media platforms. Again, I am Jemilazonia everywhere, and I do post daily, so definitely let me know of any video recommendations or anything you want to see or learn. But that's going to be it for today's video. Again, thank you girls so much for watching. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you did enjoy this video, definitely give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye girls.